If we say that this temple is made of futuristic technology which has not been discovered yet, then I think I would not be wrong. The temple in question is renowned for its stunning architecture, intricate carvings, and sculptures. But some carvings and sculptures of this temple can make you puzzled. Some of the sculptures even appear to depict technologies and instruments that were not invented at the time. Additionally, some statues feature carvings of aliens, while others show the connection between Indian civilization and other civilizations. The temple is truly a marvel of ancient Indian art and architecture. It has such an amalgamation of trigonometry, geometry, architecture, sculpture, astronomy, chemistry, Vedas, Puranas, zoology, extraterrestrials, and modern science. Even the entire world's modern tools combined have not been able to solve the mysteries of all its carvings. This is a wonderful temple, located in Halebidu in Hassan district of Karnataka, state of India. Hoysaleshwara Temple used to be the capital of the Hoysala Empire in the 12th century. This temple was built by King Vishnuvardhana in the 12th century. The Hoysala era in the history of South India commenced around 1000 CE and extended until 1346 CE. During this time frame, approximately 1,500 temples were constructed across 958 centers. Today in this video we will talk about some wonderful carvings or sculptures of this temple that will boggle your mind for sure. So let's start the video and learn those unique secrets about which most of you might not know. But before that, if you have not subscribed to the channel, then please subscribe to our channel. All the entire superstructure is elevated on a platform, and both the adjoining shrines face towards the east and are built with soapstone, which is extremely easy to chisel into an ornately detailed pattern in its original form. The horizontal treatment of the outer walls comprises 8 friezes that run continuously along the wall. The lowest frieze depicts charging elephants symbolizing strength and stability, above which in order are friezes with lions which symbolize courage, floral scrolls as decoration, horses symbolizing speed, another band of floral scrolls depictions from the Hindu epics historical beasts called Makara, and finally a frieze with hansa. And mesmerizing things start from initial carvings as well. No two animals are alike in a total frieze span of over 200 meters. Now let's start with the most unusual carvings of the temple. Just look at these sculpted reliefs that seem to wear astronaut-like headgear, supposedly pointing out to the alien-like or extraterrestrial figures. We can see that these gods are portrayed with completely different facial features, helmets, and weapons. Ancient Indian texts clearly mention that these gods came down from the sky thousands of years ago and were equipped with advanced technology. These two races of gods are not only described in ancient Hindu texts, but also described in another ancient religion called Zoroastrianism, which originated in ancient Iran, thousands of miles away from India. The Devas are referred to as Daivas in both these religions, and Asuras are referred to as Ahuras in Zoroastrianism. You can clearly see that this man is holding a telescope, and without a doubt, this is a telescope. It is cylindrical with a smaller end near the eyepiece and gradually becomes larger on the other side. The carving also shows he has one eye closed and the other eye open, typically how anyone looks through a telescope, and you can also see that the telescope is pointing up. But our history books tell us that the telescope was invented much later, in 1608 by a man called Hans Lippershey, just 400 years ago. In fact, government archaeologists make a detailed note of each and every carving in these ancient temples. Why are they not telling the public that telescopes were used in India much earlier than 1608? If they do that, then they would have to agree that ancient India had very advanced technology, and Vimanas and Astras were not mere fiction. In this carving, we can see that this deva is holding a rod-like device, which releases multiple missiles into the air. Today, we use the same technology. We call this equipment as multiple rocket launchers, capable of releasing many rockets at once. Again, if you compare the carvings of these missiles to our modern-day missiles, they look identical. In fact, ancient Indian texts clearly mention that gods used weapons called astras, which were more advanced than what we even have today. Here you can see a very strange device in the hands of a god called Masana Pairava. This clearly represents a type of gear mechanism called planetary gears. The outer gear has 32 teeth and the inner gear has exactly half the number, or 16 teeth, which is precisely how we use reduction gears today. If this were just an imaginary tool, how could the ancient sculptors come up with this gear ratio of 2:1? Even more interesting, we can also see a fastener that goes around this mechanism and is locked in at the center. Today we use the exact same technology. We use something called a circlip lock or a snap ring to keep these things in place. There is something very strange about these pillars. If you look closely, you can see these minute circular marks all around the pillar. These are created as a result of machining the pillar on a lathe. This process is called turning. There is no way to achieve this with chisels and hammers manually. If you look at these pillars, it is crystal clear that they were made with machines. In fact, archaeologists agree that these pillars were created in a lathe, but offer no convincing explanation as to how these huge pillars were machined 900 years ago. Nowadays, we are able to create these fascinating grooves and designs on a lathe, but machining a 12-foot tall stone pillar would be a very difficult job, even today. Hor is a 7-foot tall god, with the most uncanny ornaments. His crown is adorned with skulls which are less than 1 inch wide. If we pass a small twig through one eye, then it would come out through the ear on the other side. The twig can also be passed from ear to ear, and also ear to mouth, and anywhere you want. What does this mean? It means that the entire skull is hollow inside. It is impossible to remove the inside of a small sphere that is only 1 inch wide. Even with modern machines, this would be very difficult, but we know for a fact that creating a hollow sphere inside of such a small rock is impossible with primitive tools. We can shine a flashlight between his head and crown, and the light shines through. There is a very small gap between the head and the crown. This gap is less than 3 millimeters. And archaeologists confirm that this 7-foot tall figure is made of one solid rock. Here is a woman who is wearing a large thick necklace. However, if you shine a flashlight, we can see that this is not one necklace but two, because the light passes between the two necklaces. But the gap is again less than 3 millimeters. The Hoysaleshwara Temple is famous for housing the 6th and the 7th largest monolithic bulls in India. Look at the level of polishing. You can see your face, like a mirror, and this is after 900 years of corrosion and damage. So, you can imagine how perfect they would have looked at the time they were created. Today, we use tools like the rotary burr for this level of polishing. Here we can see a tool that looks almost identical to the rotatory burr in the hands of a deity. Here is another one that is holding a slightly different tool. Note that the devices look the same, but are not identical. The ridges are different. The drilling and polishing tools we use today also have different ridges for different types of machining. Around the world, we can see gods holding this mysterious tool that is thought of as pine cones. Several instances of clothing, such as a certain type of headgear and cap, depicted upon figures on the walls, appear to be a common theme across the Middle East and Europe, Persia, Egypt and Phrygia, indicating that ancient India shared its culture and dynastic blood relation far and wide. Here Lord Krishna is shown wearing similar long and conical headgear to that of a Scythian and Phrygian noble. Among hundreds of figures on the panels and walls, one of the figures seemingly stands out as distinct and quite peculiar. A figure wearing a long robe and around the waist a linen cloth, an outfit that is known to have been worn by Egyptian nobles in ancient times, indicating a possible connection between Egyptian and Rig Vedic aristocracy. The headgear of the Egyptian idol is different from the headgear of Indians, but similar to the Egyptians. All history books tell us that ancient India was not connected to ancient Egypt, yet we see this Egyptian figure in this temple. How is that possible? Something even more intriguing is found, although grand speculation is that one of the figures on the outer wall panel is seemingly holding a medical device upon a child's chest, possibly in an attempt to revive him. A man wearing a similar Egyptian-styled robe is standing beside, and to all appearances, observing the phenomenon. You can see that the dumbbell-like device is placed on the left side of the child's chest, exactly on top of the heart. In modern medical technology, in the last few years, we have developed something called a cardio pump to give CPR when someone has a cardiac arrest, It must be placed on top of the heart, and it will revive the patient. Ancient Indian texts mention that other civilizations came to India to learn advanced technology, specifically the field of medicine. Massive universities like Nalanda existed in ancient times, and the ruins of these structures still exist today to confirm this. A text called Sushruta Samhita, written at least 2700 years ago, talks about advanced surgical operations and mentions a vast variety of surgical instruments. Carvings of identical surgical instruments are found in ancient Egypt. Expansive panels exhibit larger figurines representing Hindu deities and scenes from various epic stories. Notable scenes include Durga defeating the demon Mahishasura, Lord Rama and his brothers embarking on exile, and episodes involving Arjuna and Krishna from the Mahabharata, among others from legends of Mahabharata, Ramayana and Bhagavad Purana. Even depictions of Jainism are also found here. It proves that at that time Jainism was not detached from Hinduism. Above the southern entrance of the temple, there exists an intricately carved panel featuring an inscription crediting the creation of the sculpture to an artist named Kalidasi. The inscription also praises the artist with honorary titles. The composition is framed by two Makaras, which boast exuberantly curling tails. At the heart of the panel stands Shiva, easily recognizable by the presence of his trident, known as the Trishul. In conclusion, the Hoysaleshwara Temple stands not only as a testament to the architectural prowess of the Hoysala dynasty, but also as a living chronicle of India's rich cultural and religious heritage.
Did you like this video? Please write in the comment box. We will meet you soon with another wonderful video. Till then, for more details, visit our website encryptedpast.com or follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe us on YouTube.